Welcome back to the 311 Griffin YouTube channel. I'm Max, and we're back in Forza 7 talking about suspension and tire grip. And last time we were doing straight line braking and acceleration. This time we're going to do some light cornering, just basic stuff as we turn the wheels, and how the acceleration side to side changes the suspension geometry and weight distribution and grip. Now remember that this car at a rest has a -2 camber on the front-ish and -1.5 on the back. And I want to point out that when turning, we're not moving in this picture. We just have the wheels turned, and that camber does change. The suspension geometry does change. And so we're going to see some weird numbers because of that. But anyway, I just wanted to show that. So this is all of the telemetrics. The screens are going to look kind of weird because I've set it up so that all the telemetry is on one screen, and because of the way these record, I'm about a half a frame off on some of the telemetry bits. But anyway, we're just turning a circle back and forth slowly, trying to keep steady miles per hour, and you can see the miles per hour of each wheel. Outside wheels are going faster than inside wheels. We can see that as the body rolls side to side, our suspension changes, and the contact patch of the tire gets bigger or smaller depending on which way the body is leaning. This is that exact same clip, just slowed down to 30%. So our body is leaning outside, so our suspension is compressed on the outside, it's extended on the inside, and therefore on the left we've got smaller contact patches than on the right, and as we shift the other way, it goes the other direction. And you'll see that on our fronts, on our rears, we're not going very fast, so we're not exceeding our contact patch, or we're not exceeding our available friction, but on the inside we kind of are. Okay, and you'll see here in a minute I start speeding up. So you can also see that on that left tire right now I'm dragging, so you can see a skid mark coming out behind me, and I'm greatly exceeding my available friction. As I speed up, it gets worse. I'm essentially understeering at this point because my tires can't steer as much as I'm asking them to at the speed that I'm going because of weight distribution and things like that. And then we speed up like we did, and it understeers grossly and smacks into the wall. Okay, this is a little bit of a different one where I just rock side to side. And you can see this is just the general telemetry to show that I'm trying to maintain a steady speed and go side to side. And then here I wanted to show that I start going in a circle and then applying brakes. I'm not hitting full brakes, but I'm just applying the brakes, and we'll see what that does here. Of course, I'm going to show this in slow motion as well, but we see the quick shifts from side to side as the weight distributes differently in the from one side to the other. And then you'll see that as I hit my brakes, the contact patch on the front goes up, and on the back it goes down. So again, the inside tire has a lot less friction than the outside tire. We're going to watch that all in slow motion. Now, I'm not talking through it much. You may have to stop the video or pause it and go back and see what's happening. But the gist of it is that when you're steering, you can get more steering work done on the front end if you hit your brakes. If your weight is shifting forward, if your momentum is shifting forward, you can get more work done on the front end. Now, you're also asking your front tires to do a lot because they're steering and braking, but you can get a lot more out of them in braking. Now, in some cars, you don't want to actually do heavy braking while you're doing heavy steering. That's a no-no, and it depends on the car. But in a lot of cars like rally or some of these road type cars, you can, and especially in video games, you can sometimes turn a lot more effectively, not necessarily under braking, but when you decelerate. So you can just let off the accelerator a little bit, and sometimes you can get enough grip on that front end to really start a turn, where if you stay on the throttle, you will understeer. Something else is if you transition from braking to throttle too quickly, you'll lift the front end of that car up and you'll have a lot less contact patch, a lot less grip. So that's all we're showing in this video. Next time, I hope to get into a little bit more detail about how to use this effectively during cornering. Now I'm not an expert on it, so we'll see how it goes, but I just hope to show a couple of examples of how we can use that weight distribution and braking to corner better. So thanks for watching.